Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it has been a long time. I am back today with a get ready with me, my normal go-to makeup look for dinner, dates, going out, whatever. So if you guys want to see my normal go-to look, keep watching. So lately I've been obsessed with all of the Pixie sprays. I have the Glow Mist. The Milky Mist is now my favorite. I've been starting my makeup by just spraying it all over my face. I'm also going to go in with the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Skin Booster. And I always just put 2 drops right kind of on my cheeks because I tend to have a lot of like texture right in here because I'm more dry. And then I'm going to go through, just kind of spread that out. But I always focus the product where I have the most texture. So I'm using the Makeup Forever HD Liquid Foundation and my Beauty Blender, and I'm just pushing that product into my skin. So this is probably my favorite way to apply foundation. I've tried brushes and, other techniques. I just think this is always really flawless, and for me, it's just my go-to. Okay, so now that I have my base on, I'm going to move on to my concealer. For concealer, I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape. Mine is in light neutral. That's kind of my like tan or not tan color. So I personally use like a lighter hand with this just because it is like a heavier product. It is full coverage. For my foundation and concealer, I'm going to go in with the NYX HD concealer. I have this one in like 02, like I think the lightest or second lightest shade. I like to use this for like almost spot highlighting, so any areas that I really want to brighten up. So I'll just go in with this guy. I usually do kind of right in by my eye, very tip of my nose, probably right under where my concealer was, and some up here. And honestly, this is not necessary. I'm just showing you guys kind of what I do, just to add some extra light to the face. I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild contour stick. Honestly, I have like the palettes for cream contour. I have other sticks. I have like Studio Tech from MAC, like all of these. For me, cream contour, it can be low end, high end, whatever. I don't notice a huge difference personally. So this is like $5, just easy. It is actually my first time using this guy though, but I'm just saying, like, I find with these cream contour products, honestly, you can use low end, high end, whatever. So what I do is I keep it kind of like, you don't want to go too low because you're pulling the face down. You want to kind of uplift. So I'm going to keep it right under that cheekbone and blend upwards. Okay, and then I'm actually going to do a little bit on the nose. Okay, so super light hand, you don't want to go crazy. Then I'm just going to use just kind of a flat duo fiber brush. And like I said, I'm going to blend upwards. You don't want to pull it down because you're creating shadows on the face. So you want everything to go up. We don't want to pull anything down. So just blend upwards. And you don't really even have to do this step. I like to. You know, you can go right to your powder contour. I just like doing this. I do see a difference with this, so it's kind of preference, I guess. And I do circular motions to blend this area. Okay, and then I'm going to use a smaller brush to just blend out the nose. To set everything, I'm going to use the Laura Mercier setting powder. Because I am more dry, I go in with a lighter hand. If you're more oily, you may want to add more. I just go in the areas where my makeup wears off the most. So for me, that's cheeks, nose, basically T-zone, and straight up the forehead. So this whole kind of area here. After I set the face, I'm using MAC's like Sheer Press powder and C5 for my under eye. Okay, and I'm just going to press that underneath with a little bit of a heavier hand. Okay, next, bronzing. Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. Oldie but goodie. I'm actually really bad at finding new bronzers, so if anyone... My cream contour didn't blend over there, cool. So if anyone knows of any really good bronzers, let me know. Because for some reason that's like, you know, we all kind of have like forgotten products that you really don't think about, I guess. For me, bronzer is one of those. I don't know why. I just don't think about it and I use the same stuff. It's in my hair. So I'm just going to bronze up the face. I am not spray tanned right now, so I don't want to go like nuts because I'm actually a little lighter than normal. This is the Anastasia Contour Palette Powder. I think it's in light to medium. It's okay. It's not my favorite. The NARS Ita Rush is my favorite for contour. I prefer the Shade and Light palette. I don't know where mine is right now. I just moved for like the 5th time in the last like 8 months, so I kind of don't know where stuff is right now. But so I'm just following that cream contour kind of line and just going in and kind of chiseling out really lightly. I don't really go nuts with the contour anymore, but I do have more of like a round face, so I do like to kind of get in there and do something with my contour. So I'm going in with just a small kind of buffing brush, and I'm just going to buff out those lines so they're not as harsh. I remember when like contouring first became a thing, and it was like people were walking around with this like crazy chiseled contour. It was nuts. Same with the eyebrow trend. So when that all kind of became a big thing, I'm actually happy to see much more natural makeup trends coming to light. Okay, so that's that. I know people are not using blush anymore. That will never happen in my world. So one of my absolute favorites, MAC Sunbask, is what I'm going to use today. I love it. Every time I wear it, people ask me what I'm wearing. I always thought that was kind of weird, but they do. So I'm just gonna blend that kind of. For me, I don't like hit the blush hard on the cheeks. I kind of stick it here, like right in the apple, and I use it to kind of connect the contour to the highlight, kind of. But I just kind of pack it on to bring some warmth in here, so my face isn't just like browns and highlight and just contour and, you know, my concealer. So for me, it's like kind of connecting everything. Okay, so I'm just gonna brush. I always start by brushing out my brows, just kind of in like an upward direction. Just kind of see what I'm working with, I guess. I've been thinking about microblading. If anyone's done that, or if they have like a story or a recommendation, that would be awesome, because I honestly can't decide. I go back and forth. I'm the same with eyelash extensions. When I have them, I'm like, oh, this is great. But then I can't do my makeup the same way. So I don't know. If you guys have any stories, that would be awesome, or recommendations. Oh, I'm using the Anastasia Dip Brow. It's my favorite. I don't know. I'm not super into pencils. This is just what I do typically, so. Okay, so my brows are on. If I didn't say it, I use the Anastasia Dip Brow in dark brown. I love it. I don't know, I'll use a pencil if I have to. I prefer the dip brow. I just like it. It's easy for me. And then I always use a brow gel. So my favorite brow gel is Benefit Give Me Brow. They're reformulating, I guess. So right now I have the Dior. I have the medium one. It's okay. I think there are better ones out there, especially for the money. So I'm gonna pop this in there. Okay, so for the eyes today, I'm gonna do like a bronzy, something I do a lot. I'm gonna use my favorite palette. Came out like a year and a half ago. The Gwen Stefani Urban Decay. I'm gonna start with like a medium kind of brown. Show you. This guy right here. I haven't shopped for eyeshadow recently, so if anyone knows of any good palettes that they love, let me know. I have so many eyeshadows from when I worked at MAC that I just really honestly don't. Eyeshadow is not something I go and buy because I love neutrals. I'll do like anything from like, you know, gold to bronze to rose gold, tan, brown, like anything like that. That's where I live. I will at random do something with color, but I have so many neutrals that I just can't like justify going out and getting more. But yeah. Okay, so I just took the medium brown and I'm literally just kind of putting it in the crease, like no really specific. I'm not trying to be too precise. I'm just like warming up that area. I'm going to take a smaller blending brush. It's a little more condensed. Just to kind of, again, I'm not being precise, just getting in this kind of like, they call it the outer V of the eye. This just, honestly, I stick this little guy in here and I just blend until it's all, you know, clean and blended out. That's it. I'm not going to overcomplicate it. So going in with the dark brown, this guy right here in the corner. I'm just putting the little guy in there, right in that outer V. Just blending. It actually draws out the eye and makes it more like smoked out and kind of sultry. So that's what I'm doing. If it was daytime, I would leave it like this. I am going to put some black in the very corner and kind of darken it up. So Urban Decay, in my opinion, they have the best black. Their black eyeshadow blackout is so good. So I'm just literally going to stick the black in that very corner and just kind of pack it in there. And again, that's because I'm going out tonight. Trying to make this a little more dramatic. And then I'm going to go in with that brush with the dark brown and just keep blending. Okay, so both eyes are now smoked out in the corners. I'm going to move on to the lower lash line. Use the same colors, dark brown, black, and kind of smoke that out. I'm taking that pencil brush with the black. I'm not even dipping it back in because that black is so pigmented. And I'm just going down on that lower lash line and smoking everything out. And I just love like the comparison of this eye to this eye. For me, it just completes the look. Again, you don't have to even do the lower lash line. It's a preference. So for the lid color, I'm using the Urban Decay Naked 2 palette. And I'm going to use Half Baked, which is this gold color right here. I'm actually going to mix in another color. It's like a silver. It's called Verve. Just to make that not so gold. So I'm going to do the waterline and just kind of smudge it in there. So recently I've been into like a half wing for my eyeliner on top. So I do my mascara first. I'm just using like a Wet n Wild mascara because I always put falsies on. So I honestly don't really care about mascara. Okay, so like I said, lately I've been doing like a half liner. So I'm using just the NYX liquid liner. It's my favorite. I've used it for years. And I'm just going to do like a half kind of wing, but following the shape of my eye. Okay, so now I have my falsies on. They're the Ardell Faux Mink falsies. I typically use the Natural Wispies. These are okay. I don't know if I'll get them again. I love the other ones. They're my go-to. But once I got these on, they were way too much for the half liner. So I decided to finish up the liner. So I just did like a full wing to kind of, you know, balance out the lashes. So eyes are done. Okay, so now I have my falsies on. I use the Ardell Faux Mink Wispies. I typically go for the Natural Wispies. I like those more. So once I got these on, they were way too dramatic for just half liner. So I finished up my liner, so the eyes are done. Now I'm actually trying out the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighter. This one is in 321B, Precious Petals. Precious Petals, yeah. That's what it looks like. Super pretty. It kind of reminds me of Opal from Becca. It's like $5, so I'm gonna give this a try. It is so pretty. It's crazy to me like how much highlighters are now. It's like some are like $40, $50, and honestly, it is illuminating powder. And this one was $5, and that is pretty intense. So I would say it's not as creamy as like the higher end. Like as I'm putting my brush in here, the powder is kind of breaking up like a drier powder. But I mean, you can see how like wet looking that is. And then I'm going in with a beauty blender and just Fix Plus, or I have like the Pixie Mist, whatever mist, spraying it down. and then going in and pressing right over. And it kind of makes it more like a cream highlight, more like fluid with the skin. So it's not like a powder like sitting on top. I don't know, I like it. Taking that same highlighter from Wet n Wild, I'm just going in on my collarbones. And I kind of just will dust some like on my chest just to look really like dewy and glowy. I'll typically put like lotion on here as well. Just so, you know, it's not like my head is like a disco ball and then my body is matte. That's really awkward. And so kind of just blending this down. Yeah, that's really pretty. Okay, cool. So now we learned that highlighters can be $5 and they are great. Okay, what do we do now? Lips. Okay, so for lips today, I'm going to use Epic from Rimmel. Drugstore must-have for me. I have another one I just ran out of. So I love it. It's amazing. I buy it on repeat. And then I'm going to be using ColourPop. This is the I Love Sarah for ColourPop 951.
Okay, so I love this lip liner, it's so good. It's kind of like a brown mauve, and then I'm going in with 951. This satin lipstick from ColourPop. I'm not really big on the whole matte lipstick trend. I just don't, like I'm a gloss girl. I hate that feeling of like dry, pricey lips. So the satin lips from ColourPop, honestly the perfect like kind of my version of a matte lip. It looks matte, but it doesn't feel like you're like beyond dehydrated. You know what I mean? Okay. So I kind of like apply it and it kind of dries a little bit, so.
Okay, so that is that. That's like my basic kind of going to dinner, going out, like my basic makeup, the way I do it pretty much every day. Not every day, but when I'm going out. And then, like I said, I've been loving the Pixie Hydrating Milky Mist, so I don't even know if that's what it's for, but I've been spraying it on before and after my makeup. I'm dry, oily people, probably not. Probably leave it right here. Stop right here. If you're dry, get in there. Okay, and that is it. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up. Let me know what else you want to see, and I will see you guys next time.